EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the historic Pebble Beach golf links, live first-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. We've got a full field ready to get rolling on this Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. We've got a tie at the top at 6 under par. Today's round at Pebble Beach begins with a nervy tee shot at the 378-yard par 4 first. Dogleg right, distance off the tee is not important, with most opting to lay up toward the bunker at the corner of the fairway. Always nice to get that first one out of the way, and that's going to be a good one to get this tournament started. Well, we know he can move it. That ball was absolutely bombed. Now comes the touch shot, 83, 84 yards. See if he can play that two-check skipper and get it to stop. And this is looking really good.
The ball was always heading a little bit right, but inside 10 feet, there's nothing wrong with that on this hole.
8 feet remaining here for birdie. Yeah, that's a good putt. It's a birdie here at 1, and he will very quickly move to 1 under par. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
Well, Frank, we're back here at Pebble Beach for the second time this year. Now it's the Tiburon Championship. And listen, this is a tournament folks want to win. There's no doubt about that. But I think also most of our golfers have one eye on next week, and that is the PGA Championship. What do you think?
No doubt about that, Rich. But this is more than a tune-up. We know that because it is Pebble Beach. This is America's St. Andrews. So anytime there's a chance, not just to play, but play a tournament at Pebble Beach, most people are coming.
Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notavigay III.
When you find yourself in the fairway on the second at Pebble, you have a great opportunity to take advantage of one of the easiest holes on the course.
That second shot got all the way down by the green, but in the bunker. So we'll have to see what the explosion shot can do from here. Really need a birdie right now.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Can't ask for a better start to a round than this. It is back-to-back birdies at 1 and 2. This is a pretty hole, the third. 397 yards, just a gentle dog leg to the left. And you do have the option. If you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dog leg, leaving yourself very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie. nothing to fault there. Safely in the fairway. Good chance to get one in close from here. This is second. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. This is an 11-foot putt. That is well judged. Straight into the cup. It's a birdie here at number 3. Frank, this is where it becomes really obvious where you are. You're at Pebble Beach. There's the Pacific Ocean, and this begins that magnificent 7-hole stretch right along the ocean. A fun hole, not long, 331 yards up the hill. We're at the 4th.
Yeah, and each one of those 7 holes that you referred to, Rich, there's a common theme, which is don't look right, because that's pretty much the ocean the whole way around. And this one here, that decision has to be made. 330 to the front of the green. If there's a hint of a breeze, you could try and drive it. Otherwise, really, you've got to worry about that pot bunker. That's between 230 and 250 yards. But as I first said, do not go right.
Just no chance to hold the fairway there, and it bounds into the thick stuff. It'll take some effort from this buried lie, but a chance now to still reach this green in 2. That one was running so hot. Well, obviously that's not his best, but it'll be quickly forgotten, Frank, if he's able to get out of here with his par.
Well, you might forget it. I won't. Far from his best.
Maybe you look to the heavens here. That didn't need much more. That one finished off. It is a bogey here at 4. And that's going to drop him to 2 under. Here we are at the first par 3 at Pebble Beach. It's the 189-yard 5th. This was redesigned late last century by the great Jack Nicklaus, who has so much rich history here at Pebble Beach. That was obviously well struck, but it came in a little too hot, and that one's going to run out and leave him a much longer birdie putt than he would have hoped for. Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5, and he'll stay at 2 under. Frank, Frank, here we are, another good scoring opportunity, the dramatic par 5/6.
It's easy to have that view of Stillwater Cove on the right, but that, needless to say, is not the place to go. Those 5 bunkers down the left really determine your strategy off the tee. Plus, you're playing from elevation, nearly 20 yards extra off the tee. So that run out of 360 at the end of the fairway, believe me, that's in play.
It is one of the more satisfying shots in golf, isn't it? Downwind to a par 5 the second, you knock it on. Chance for eagle.
Certainly shortens up the par 5, that wind at your back, Rich, but you can just surf the wind. Just let that ball carry and just sail towards the green.
Oh, yeah. That's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. Well, this is the one you dreamed about, isn't it? Just a little baby wedge that kisses the clouds and drops softly on that tiny green here at the 7th. You and your maker, there's nothing better in the world than to be playing the 7th hole and playing it well here at Pebble Beach. Yeah, that's a good spot right there, and a chance now for a birdie here at 7. 11 feet away. Oh, the pace perfect on that one. It's in for birdie. And he'll move to within a shot of the lead at 5 under par. Frank, as you know, of all the sports played on land, golf's the one with the best views. This is as good as it gets, but you need to focus now on what's ahead of you. This 8th hole is a real challenge, isn't it?
It certainly is. The temptation is to pull the camera out, but really it's about what club you're going to pull off this tee. There's 2 runouts on the right side, about 250 yards, left side about 270, and really that white rock is a great indicator of the line.
Breeze at his back shoulder as he lines up his second from the fairway. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and he'll stay at 5 under. We finished the front side with what is often considered the most difficult hole at Pebble Beach, 483-yard par 4 9th, ocean, all down the right, and bunkers and deep rough on the left. No room for error here. That's right in the pocket. Now, watch this gravity take over here. That's going to come on down the slope. Wow, really well done. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
139 left to the flag, and the pin right at the back.
Okay, center of the green, a good safe shot. This one's going to need to carry some pace with it. A long one for birdie. Back up the slope. How about the speed here? Are you kidding? That is exceptional from that distance. That is worth a wow. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. And that is going to go in the books as a 30 on the front side, 5 under par. Start of the inward half and another big and bold par 4, Frank, with the ocean yet again running the entire length of that right side.
Yeah, you call it the ocean, I call it the world's largest water hazard, but looking in on the other side of the fairway and you'll see those 3 bunkers. Needless to say, they have to be avoided. But you do actually have to hit your tee shot just inside those because, once again, you've got a fairway that tilts left to right.
Oh, that came out funny, and it started way left.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
So a poor tee shot at 10. Now he's second. Here we go.
What a way to start the back 9. That is a tremendous iron shot.
Let's see if he can knock this in. It's for birdie. Well done there. It's a birdie to kick off the back 9. We head now to the 370-yard par 4 11th, where ideally you'd like to favor the left side of the fairway to open up the approach into one of the smallest greens at Pebble Beach. Boy, a good round going here on this Thursday, and that another fine effort off the tee. From the fairway nota, this is second.
102 yards to the front, 115 to the hole. Wind definitely hurting in his face.
Really nothing wrong with that approach shot. Just a little shy of where you'd like to finish up, but still, one good putt, maybe a birdie.
Oh, no. Just appeared to be befuddled by the break there. So that brushed in for par here at 11, and he'll remain at 6 under par. First par 3 now on the backside. Frank, this is sort of the forgotten hole, the 12th, 202 yards.
It is. It's in the corner of the golf course. If you look at the right side of the screen, it's very narrow, but that's actually the entry or the gateway. And the reason why I say that, that's the full width of the putting surface. If you're going to take the bunker on, you've got to carry the ball another 8 or 9 yards. But one thing in your favor is this hole plays 10 yards downhill.
Tell you what, I've enjoyed watching this display all day long. We hear the phrase in football, ball control. It applies to what we've seen here from this player. That is an outstanding display of ball control. Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards, a par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee.
Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office.
So Iona, this his second from the fairway.
139 is the number. Pin tucked in the front left-hand portion of the green today.
Oh, this could be good. And that not quite going to hold the green, but that'll be okay. So that may be not his best of chips, but he'll have that for his par.
You'd expect that to be a little closer from where he was, and that is far from a gimme.
Well judged, that is in for par here at 13. And this will stay a one-shot lead. Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest headers in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot. It's probably the hardest short wedge shot. Right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
It's an aggressive layup, really, trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5.
Okay, that's acceptable there. "13 feet away. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And the lead is now 2 here on day 1. Next up, the 393-yard par 4 15. Tee shot in the fairway gives the players an excellent shot at birdie, but be careful losing it right onto that 17-mile drive.
Once again, another great tee shot. I'm starting to wonder how low can you go? And the driving has been simply superb.
This is why you practice these shots from under 100 yards. You've bombed your drive. Now it's time for the touch shot. Zip one in there close.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
Now this for another birdie.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
The putter on point late here in the round. Birdies at 14 and 15. He stretches the lead to 3 with 3 to play here in this opening round. Par 4 16th hole. Frank, what's the right play off the tee?
You don't need driver here for a start, Rich. It's a long iron or even a fairway wood. Now, do you see that big gaping bunker in the middle of the fairway? That's not really in play. 205 yards gets over that. But that's the line. If you look closely up the right there, those 2 bunkers, you just see a little sliver of the bunker, the left of the 2 on the right. That's sort of a no-no. So anything slightly left of that runs out about sort of 280 yards, that is prime.
Noticeable breeze coming right to left as he eyes his second.
Well, it was either too much for breakfast or a little too much club, and that's going to leave a very tough downhill next one.
Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. From Jack at the 1972 U.S. Open to Tom Watson, the same championship, 1982. The 182-yard par 3 penultimate hole at Pebble Beach has provided historical drama time after time. Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. Chance now for another birdie.
And it looks pretty much straight overall, but it's going to pick up a lot of pace as it heads down this slope. Needs to be careful.
Nope, good effort, but that's going to wander a few feet by. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll remain 4 clear of the field. Frank, you don't need to say a whole lot. 18T, Pebble Beach.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful finishing hole, Rich. Two of my favourites really are this hole here, just looking at that tee shot, and the 18th at St Andrews because of exactly where you are. But, this hole, when you look at the water there, Stillwater Cove, it's so beautifully framed by the bunkers. And then when you start to look at the tee shot, you start to notice what the designer's done, just leaving the tree there in the middle of the fairway. So the decisions, do I play short, left, or right? And it's not the only tree on the hole, too, because that upcoming second shot, you have another tree short right to contend with. But if there's ever a hole you want a birdie to finish, this is the one.
It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot. Two good shots on this par 5. Leaves that simple little chip, and that was beautifully played.
Yeah, that's well played. It's a birdie at 18. And that's going to be an opening round of 61. Superb. A final look at the leaderboard here. Our featured golfer may be thinking of going wire to wire. What a day one. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the Monterey Peninsula and Pebble Beach, live second-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. But if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. Our leader on this Friday is our featured golfer. His cushion is a full 4 shots as he gets set to tee off. Oh, that is way right.
Now that definitely finds the rough off the first tee. Certainly not the start he was looking for.
Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
Just a little under 120 yards to the front, 122 to the hole. And that wind, it's coming from right to left, so you might need to start this a little bit to the right-hand side.
Well, I know I'm paid to talk, but there's not really much to say about that. Best to just move on to the next shot. Okay, sensible play right there, and that one on deck. 12 feet still to go. Nearly had it. Just going to wander a foot or so by. Okay, it's a bogey here at first. And that's going to tighten things up a little as the lead is down to 2. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
And he's able to do here what he couldn't do at the first, and that's find the fairway. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
Couple very nice shots to get to this point. Ball sitting nicely in the fairway. A lot of options. Definitely can get it close.
Two good shots on this par 5. Leaves that simple little chip, and that was beautifully played.
Okay, no problems there. Finishing off a birdie at number 2. And he'll move to 11 under par. On to the 397-yard par 4 third, where some players drive it over the trees on the left to cut the dogleg, while others play it more conventionally. This is a pretty hole, the third. 397 yards, just a gentle dogleg to the left. And you do have the option. If you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dogleg, leaving yourself very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie. And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. So from a little more than 70 yards, this is second. Okay, on the green, but it's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. Nicely done. Things looking good early. That's birdies at 2 and 3. And he's going to get it to 1 under for his round and 12 under for the tournament. Well, this is where Pebble Beach starts to look like Pebble Beach in all its glory and magnificent beauty. It's only 333 yards. Off the tee, you can hit driver, maybe make an eagle, knock it up on the green. We have seen guys do that. Or you can play it safe, long iron off the tee. Either way, you're thinking 3 at 4. The big drive got him here. Now a short one for his second.
That's the benefit of really bombing a tee shot down there. You get a simple little chip, you knock it close, and looks like another birdie.
Not much to that. It is a birdie here at 4. And he gets it to minus 13 for the tournament. 2 under for the day. So here we are, Frank, the fifth hole, the first of the 4 par 3s at Pebble Beach. It doesn't get all the love that some of the others do, but this one has the players' attention. There's no doubt about it.
It certainly does, Rich. Everybody wants to take a picture, down by the 17th hole, famous par 3. Remember Jack Nicklaus's one on, but believe me, I think this hole is every bit as tough as 17.
That one going to wind up smack dab in the middle of the green. This one moving left here for birdie. Yes, a good read. It's a birdie here at 5. And he's got it to 14 under par. Well, this is where the excitement starts to build early in a round at Pebble Beach. I know it's the 6th, but you're coming into possibly one of the greatest stretches in all of golf. This is a 498-yard par 5, goes up the hill, Pacific Ocean in the distance, chance to make an eagle here, and chance to feel really good about where you're headed. I'm not sure he got every bit of that 3-wood trying to get home to this par 5 in 2, but still in the ball game for a birdie. And that's going to leave some work, but it'll end up okay. Look here at birdie.
And he may need to give this just a little extra. He's going straight up the hill, but otherwise fairly painless.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And he moves to 15 under. Moving on to the 106-yard par 3-7. One of the most beautiful holes in the world. Craggy rocks, blue skies, and the beckoning Pacific beyond. Absolutely breathtaking. Okay, that'll come to rest on the front portion of the green, and now a fairly long look coming up for birdie. This would be a big bonus if it went in, more than likely just trying to get this one close. Oh, this one is tracking. It's not a good line. Look out. This one could be really good. Oh, never a doubt. That one was tracking the entire way. It is in for a spectacular birdie to 16 under par. Frank, as you know, of all the sports played on land, golf's the one with the best views. This is as good as it gets, but you need to focus now on what's ahead of you. This 8th hole is a real challenge, isn't it?
It certainly is. The temptation is to pull the camera out, but really it's about what club you're going to pull off this tee. There's 2 runouts on the right side, about 250 yards, left side about 270, and really that white rock is a great indicator of the line.
From the fairway, let's go to Noda.
Beautiful tee shot, great position looking at this green, and there are no easy options here. You got bunkers up the left, bunkers on the right. You have balls that are going to find their way into the penalty area. Requires precision execution.
It's been a good start to the round and more evidence there. Beautiful touch from around the green.
Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. He's going to maintain that substantial lead. The thing about Pebble Beach is it's easy to lose focus, stare off the horizon, the Pacific Ocean, and all that beauty that surrounds you. But then you remember, and I'm playing the 9th hole here. This is one of the hardest par 4s in the world. Pay attention. Yeah, that's the spot you want to put it. Now, watch this thing gather momentum down the slope. Well, that is going to be an excellent result. From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
Well, it's a little past the flag, but with the hole cut in the front third today, no surprise.
Now this for another birdie.
All you have to do is start this on line and let the slope do its thing. I don't see a lot of movement in it.
That's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th. And that is going to go in the books as a 30 on the front side, 5 under par. Now beginning the inward half here at Pebble Beach, and it is some start to this backside, Frank. A big, bold par 4, once again running the entire length of the Pacific Ocean along the right.
Yeah, visually it's stunning, no doubt about that, with the world's largest hazard there on the right. So your mind does go to the left side of this fairway, but you don't want it to go too far left. Those 3 bunkers, they're very much in play. But really aim in the left side of this fairway because the fairway does kick to the right.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze. Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. Oh, how about the touch right there? Very well done.
Hard to do much better than that. It was nearly perfect.
So that's in for par to start this backside. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Now we come to the 11th hole, and now the golf course heads up and inland, away from the water. Only 370 yards, best to be on the left side of the fairway. That will then open up the approach into what is one of the smaller greens here at Pebble Beach. And this ball absolutely piped. It is right down the middle. Now from just 94 yards out, this is second.
Well, there's a good strike in there, just a little left of the hole, but inside 10 feet. And that's about 50-50 chance on the PGA Tour of making a birdie.
Now, that's a good opportunity, unfulfilled. So that brushed in for par here at 11, and he'll remain well in control of this tournament.
First par 3 now on the backside. Frank, this is sort of the forgotten hole, the 12, 202 yards.
It is. It's in the corner of the golf course. If you look at the right side of the screen, it's very narrow, but that's actually the entry or the gateway. And the reason why I say that is that's the full width of the putting surface. If you're going to take the bunker on, you've got to carry the ball another 8 or 9 yards. But one thing in your favor is this hole plays 10 yards downhill.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Okay, safely on the putting surface out of the sand. Would have maybe liked to run that up a little further, but that's not the worst shot in the world. Nah, got it out there too far. It was trying to come back, but couldn't get there. So, a tough hole. That's in for bogey at 12. Unfortunately, with a big lead already, very little damage done. Here we are at Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards of par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Now Noda, his second from the fairway.
117 yards left to the hole. The pin is stuck in the front right section of the green.
Now that's a shot we can all learn from. Well thought out, pitched the ball short, saw the corridor up there, lets it bounce up on the green, and now a putt inside 10 feet.
Confidently done there. That's in for birdie here at 13. And he continues to just build up a massive lead for the weekend. Well, in the world of professional golf, there are very few legitimate three-shot par 5s left. This 582-yard par 5 14th at Pebble Beach is one of those holes. It is all you want. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway.
Frank, a chance here to get home in 2, a chance maybe to do what Gary Woodland did on his way to winning the 2019 U.S. Open.
Yeah, Gary hit a great 3-wood, but I don't even think he was trying to hit that on the green. Look at that big gaping bunker left and short of that green. You would think that's to be avoided, but no. That's actually where you want to finish up because it's such a hard pitch shot. There's no point laying up. If you can get it into that front bunker, it's a relatively simple splash-out shot. One of the few times you want to hit the second shot into a greenside bunker. Normally they stick a tee in one end and a flag in the other. You're advanced the way. But that second shot on this par 5, that completely took the green out of play. Airmailed. That is a big mistake.
A dead-on look here for birdie. Another rolled in there. Birdie's now at 13 and 14. And he's just continuing to pour it on here on this Friday.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right. You can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there. And fortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's sort of 4 bunkers really down the left side, but really it's the pot bunker that has to be avoided.
And that, I do believe, is into the bunker. And this, not a distance you practice all that often with your bunker shots.
I love it when one of the hardest shots in golf look easy. That's how good that shot was.
Chance now for another birdie. Oh, how about the run here? That a third consecutive birdie. He's got it to minus 18. We now begin one of the most beautiful stretches of finishing holes all of golf. The march to the sea at Pebble Beach, starting with a 400-yard par 4 16th. Key here, carry the island bunker. A left to right breeze, something to consider here as he eyes this second shot. And that's not exactly ideal. Far from a tap-in for his par.
You're being too kind. That's not at all ideal.
Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16, and he'll remain at 18 under. If you stop for just a moment, it can really hit you where you are and what's happened here. This 17th hole at Pebble Beach, the par 3. Jack with a 1-iron that hit the flagstick in 1972 on his way to winning the U.S. Open Championship. And then a decade later, Tom Watson from just long of the green, chipping in for a birdie to beat Jack Nicklaus. Yeah, history made here at the 17th hole. All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up.
15 feet away.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And he moves to 19 under for the tournament.
Frank, you don't need to say a whole lot. 18T, Pebble Beach.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful finishing hole, Rich. Two of my favorites really are this hole here, just looking at that tee shot, and the 18th at St. Andrews because of exactly where you are. But, this hole, when you look at the water there, Stillwater Cove, it's so beautifully framed by the bunkers. And then when you start to look at the tee shot, you start to notice what the designer's done, just leaving the tree there in the middle of the fairway. So the decision is, do I play short, left, or right? And it's not the only tree on the hole, too, because that upcoming second shot, you have another tree short right to contend with. But if there's ever a hole you want a birdie to finish, this is the one.
Well, Frank, it is a pleasant walk under any circumstances, but how good is it when you've knocked it on in two here at the 18th at Pebble Beach?
It's a lot better than picking one out of the Pacific Ocean, Rich. That was just a great shot. And finally, you can exhale. The job is nearly finished.
Oh, what a putt there. It's in for eagle here at 18. So another look at the leaderboard, and you'll almost do a double take, Frank. Our featured golfer with a commanding lead through 36 holes.
So far,
EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Pebble Beach Golf Links on the California coast, live third-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. Our leader here on Saturday is our featured golfer. He's got a sizable advantage here as he looks to increase it further. Oh, a miss there. That is way right.
rough off the tee, straight out of the gate. That's interesting. So much will depend on the lie.
Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
He's got 142 yards to the front, 157 to the hole. Hole cut right in the middle.
Now it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
10-foot putt left. Oh my goodness, that one took the full tour of the hole and somehow stayed out. Wow. Safely in. It's a par here at the first. And he's going to remain at minus 21. Moving now to the 507-yard par 5 second, where decisions must be made. Go for the green in 2 and risk losing it in the barranca, or hold back and lay up. Either way, this is a place to score. The missed fairway at one didn't hurt him, but this, a much better tee shot as he is safely in the fairway. Definitely within range of getting home in 2. This, his second. Had the distance right, just a tad offline. How about the chances for getting it up and down from that spot?
Yeah, it's not in the thick stuff, Rich, so that's advantage number one. Really, the lie's pretty good. I think it's a standard pitch.
No problems there. That one in for a birdie. That means he'll get it to 22 under par.
Well, Frank, here we are at the third. Severe dog leg left, and I'm just curious how much of that dog leg the big hitters might think about chewing off.
Rich, the game has changed so much. If there's a hint of a breeze behind, I mean, really, have a crack at it with a driver. It's about 350 yards, really, to the front edge of the green. But if not, you've got to negotiate those 3 bunkers on the right side. And, well, depending on what club you want to have to head off the tee, decide which one of those bunkers you want to aim at.
Let's see what they do from a good lie in the fairway. 180 yards to go.
Well, no surprise. We've already seen some great iron shots this week, but that is another one.
Should make this about 80% of the time. It's for birdie. Okay, nicely done. That's in for birdie here at 3. And he's going to move to 23 under par. With Stillwater Bay on the right, this is Pebble's picturesque 333-yard par 4 fourth. Tee shot could be anything from long iron to driver, but beware of the 9 bunkers surrounding the fairway and green. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Tracking the hole. What a putt that was. It's down for an eagle. We arrive now at the 189-yard par 3 called the New Fifth. Despite being redesigned by Jack Nicklaus late last century, safest play here is to the left center of the green. Okay, that one's dancing. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
And I think you need to start this one just outside the hole to the right and let that ball work its way slowly down the hill.
The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. And with that, his score moves to 26 under par.
It's a tremendous par 5 here, the 6th hole. Frank, you can plainly see Stillwater Cove on the right. Where do you want to put this tee shot?
When you look at that tee that you're on for a start, Rich, you're 20 yards above. So whatever you hit's going to go at least 20 yards further. So I look at that first bunker, 270, really only playing 250 yards, and then the fairway sloping towards the right. So even a 3-wood for some of the longer players, just something that hits around there, could even be a long iron, it's going to scoot forward. If you get 270 yards out of your tee shot, I mean, you can still reach this par 5 and 2.
Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
It's an aggressive layup, really, trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5.
Nah, nothing to it. Very well judged there. Birdie putt now moving to his right. Okay, nicely played. That's in for birdie here at 6. And that's going to move him to 27 under par. Well, this is the one you dreamed about, isn't it? Just a little baby wedge that kisses the clouds and drops softly on that tiny green here at the 7th. You and your maker, there's nothing better in the world than to be playing the 7th hole and playing it well here at Pebble Beach. Oh, that's a good-looking shot just left of the flagstick, and he'll have that left for his birdie. Ah, yes, runs that one right in. It's a birdie here at the 7th. He moves to 28 under par. Now to one of the most picturesque par 4s in the world, the 8th hole here at Pebble Beach. Jack Nicklaus, who won the U.S. Open here, called it simply the greatest second shot to a par 4 anywhere in the world. And this, not the longest hole players will encounter, so just an iron off the tee and it works out to perfection. He needs to be mindful of the breeze here as he sets for his second. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and he's going to stay 28 under par. 2019 U.S. Open, number 9, was the hardest hole on the golf course. Frank, give yourself certainly a good crack at 4 by hitting the fairway.
And that's all you wanted to do in 2019. It's fine to say all too, but having to hit the left side of this fairway just to keep it in play, and then once again hit into, I know we say this a lot here, but a very narrow green and a very small green, but this time with a long club.
From the fairway, let's go to Noda.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
That's an excellent strike, but perhaps in between clubs. Can't go long on this hole. So that ball just needed to release a little more, but still well positioned.
Oh, that one read perfectly. It is a birdie here at the 9th. How about the final accounting of this first side? It's a 27, 8 under par. Hope you're enjoying this little stroll along Carmel Bay, and the golf is as good as the view. This 10th hole is 444 yards. I would tell you that it is the widest fairway at Pebble Beach. It is, but it doesn't feel that way because of the way it slopes left to right, and if you're not careful, this one can get away from you and head toward that Pacific. Wind coming from his right as he gets set for his second.
Good approach shot. And birdie putt coming up. Approach shot just a little right, little short.
Now this for another birdie. Okay, well done. A couple of birdies here sandwiched around the turn at 9 and 10. And he's going to move to 30 under par.
Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest. Frank, what do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. Number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway find.
Put it in a great spot off the tee. Has just 86 yards left for his second shot. See what he can do with this. And this going to wind up on the fringe and not particularly close either. Bit of a misstep there from a pretty good number.
Boy, all the elements of his game have been in sync today. A terrific shot right there.
It's all about getting it inside that 3-foot circle around the hole. It was a really nice shot.
And that safely in for par, so no shot gained there. He'll remain at 9 under for the round. This 12th hole certainly not as famous as some of the other par 3s here at Pebble Beach, like number 7 or 17. But 12's a good one at 202 yards. Ideally, you want to work this right to left, just a baby draw, and try to get it to land softly because the green tends to be really firm.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Here we are, Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards of par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee. turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. From the fairway nota, this is second.
156 yards left to the hole. Would not surprise me a bit if you were to stick this one close.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. He's going to maintain that substantial lead.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot, right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta.
You can't drive it much better than that. That's the quick pickup of the tee, right down the middle. I'm not sure he got every bit of that three-wood trying to get home to this par 5 and 2, but still in the ball game for a birdie. And that'll do just fine. A 9-footer now for his birdie. That's how you play this 14th hole. That's in for birdie. That score continues to impress. He is now at 31 under par. You may have heard of the 17-mile drive near Pebble Beach. It's scenic. It is one you absolutely want to put on your bucket list, but you don't want to get there by chasing a tee shot onto the road. That's what can happen if you blow it way right here at 15, if you do keep it in play. At 393 yards, this 15th hole is absolutely one in which you can make a birdie.
Oh, I really like that tee shot. As for the second shot, it's about 90 yards.
A good break got him here, now his second to the par 4.
In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
The putter on point late here in the round. Birdies at 14 and 15. That's going to move him to, you ready for this? 32 under. Now the heart begins to race a little bit because you know you're playing one of the greatest finishing stretches in the entire sport of golf. Starting with the 16th, it's only 400 yards. If you can carry that island bunker, you can jumpstart your run to the house with a birdie 3. He'll be factoring in this breeze in his face as he sets for a second. Okay, that's a good putt. It is in to save par. And he'll remain well in control of this tournament.
Well, here we are, 17th hole, and this is where you can make your mark on the sport. Frank, so much history at this par 3.
It's just a great hole too, Rich. You know, that hourglass-shaped green on the angle. But you're right when you talk about history. You go back to 1972, and this hole played into the breeze. It was a one-iron for Jack Nicklaus. Set one of the greatest shots he ever hit. Actually hit the flagstick, nearly went in. And, of course, one of my favorites is 1982. Tom Watson had missed this green to the left, and the late Bruce Edwards was his caddy. And they were looking for options because they were in such a perilous situation with the US Open on the line. And Watson said, well, what about if I just hole it? And if you look really closely at the footage, as Watson starts to run across the green, he's pointing his finger back at Bruce and saying, I told you so. And then just a few years ago, too, Gary Woodland hit a chip it on this green and made 3.
Oh, needed just a little bit of a turn, but that will somehow stay right on the edge. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll be unable to take that score any further under par. He'll stay right where he is. Well, you're not just playing the 18th hole at Pebble Beach, are you? You're taking a moment to soak it all in. Stand on that tee box, look out at the Pacific Ocean, think about what's happened here, who's played this hole, who's made history here, and then you let it rip. Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Chance now for another birdie. Yeah, that's a good putt there. It's a birdie at 18. And that won't quite get them into the 50s, but that's quibbling. This is a round of 60. Alongside Frank Novello, I'm Rich Lerner for EA. EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Pebble Beach Golf Links just south of Monterey, live final round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. It is the great challenge that all these golfers face, trying to string 4 solid rounds together, trying to best Mother Nature and this course, and trying to beat the entire field as we check the leaderboard. Our leader is indeed our featured golfer. It has been a textbook performance to this point. So after that bomb of a drive, this is second to the par 4. Okay, it's not stone dead, but that's not too bad. This will slide a bit right. It's for birdie. Yeah, that's a good putt. It's a birdie here at 1, and that's going to get him to minus 34.
Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
And that, another very fine tee shot. And now he's got a chance to go for this green in 2 and really get off to a hot start.
Two solid shots, gets close to this par 5 green in 2. I know the ball's in the rough, but it's not too bad. With a good short game, perhaps birdie.
A great opportunity here for birdie. Can't ask for a better start to a round than this. It is back-to-back birdies at 1 and 2. And he's going to move to minus 35 for the tournament. Onto the 397-yard par 4 third, where some players drive it over the trees on the left to cut the dogleg, while others play it more conventionally.
That hit that tree hard and bounced straight into the rough.
Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Nota Begay III.
146 yards left to the hole. Ball sitting down. Needs to get a little bit steep to dig it out.
Good shot again there. Well thought out. Landing the ball short, let the ball run onto the green. And inside, I'd call that a birdie putt. So that's birdie range.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And he is just unstoppable right now. Well, this is where Pebble Beach starts to look like Pebble Beach in all its glory and magnificent beauty. It's only 333 yards. Off the tee, you can hit driver. Maybe make an eagle, knock it up on the green. We have seen guys do that. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. So after a big drive, just a little chip remaining here for his second from short of the green. Shouldn't be much in this for birdie. Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. And he just continues to impress, moving to 37 under par.
First par 3 of the round, and Frank, I'm reminded of the great history that Jack Nicklaus has here at Pebble Beach, and that goes well beyond what he did as a player.
Well, that's for sure. And we know his playing credentials, but he won the second of his 2 U.S. amateurs here in 1961. Actually said that was the best he ever hit the golf ball, but his legacy really as a designer, you see right here in front of you. I never got to play the old 5th hole, which is further left, but this is an absolute beast. It plays around 190 yards, very narrow green, and that is a cliff on the right, believe me.
And that one needed to put on the brakes, but could not. And this will wind up over the green. Second shot now, here at the par 3. I think I'd be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
That one finished off. It is a par here at 5. And he'll remain well under par. Well, now Pebble Beach begins to really open up with some of the most famous holes in the world. We'll begin with a 498-yard par 5 6th. Pacific Ocean on the right and a row of bunkers on the left. Treacherous is a word that comes to mind. The driving's been sensational all week, and here's another one that's going to set up nicely in the fairway. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. From the fairway, Noda, this his third.
Couple nice shots up to this point. Ball sitting in the fairway, looking straight at this beautiful green, sitting right against the Pacific Ocean.
He's been automatic on this front side. This for birdie. Okay, well done there. It's a birdie here at the 6th. And he'll gain another one and move to 38 under par. Moving on to the 106-yard par 3-7. One of the most beautiful holes in the world. Craggy rocks, blue skies, and the beckoning Pacific beyond. Absolutely breathtaking. Now from the bunker.
Just a little splash out on this par 3.
Yeah, that'll do just fine. Had a pretty good run at that, and par should be pretty well within reach. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he'll be unable to take that score any further under par. He'll stay right where he is.
Frank, as you know, of all the sports played on land, golf's the one with the best views. This is as good as it gets, but you need to focus now on what's ahead of you. This 8th hole is a real challenge, isn't it?
It certainly is. The temptation is to pull the camera out, but really it's about what club you're going to pull off this tee. There's 2 runouts on the right side, about 250 yards, left side about 270, and really that white rock is a great indicator of the line.
From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
Beautiful tee shot, great position looking at this green, and there are no easy options here. You got bunkers up the left, bunkers on the right. You have balls that are going to find their way into the penalty area. Requires precision execution.
Now this for another birdie.
And this is a putt players love to see, uphill, slightly right to left.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And he's going to move to an incredible 39 under for the tournament. We finished the front side with what is often considered the most difficult hole at Pebble Beach, 483-yard par 4 9th. Ocean all down the right and bunkers and deep rough on the left. No room for error here. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. from the fairway. Let's go to Noda.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
And safely on deck. That's the main thing, but from that distance, really don't want to leave yourself like a knee knocker, like a 4 or 5 footer. So this first putt's going to have to be good.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. And the scorecard's looking pretty good after 9 holes. That's a 29 6-under par.
Now beginning the inward half here at Pebble Beach, and it is some start to this backside, Frank. A big, bold par 4, once again running the entire length of the Pacific Ocean along the right.
Yeah, visually it's stunning, no doubt about that, with the world's largest hazard there on the right. So your mind does go to the left side of this fairway, but you don't want it to go too far left. Those 3 bunkers, they're very much in play. But really aim on the left side of this fairway because the fairway does kick to the right.
Second shot, good look at the green.
I always looked inside that 15-feet circle. Anything inside that was going to be a good shot. So in my book, that's a good shot.
Chance now for another birdie. Yes, rolls it right in. A birdie here at 10. And stop the presses if you've heard this before. He's well on his way to yet another victory on the year. We head now to the 370-yard par 4 11th, where ideally you'd like to favor the left side of the fairway to open up the approach into one of the smallest greens at Pebble Beach.
Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office.
Just 92 yards for his second to this par 4.
An awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
That is a good-looking pass out of the bunker right there. Got that to stop in a good place, leaving just a few feet for par. So that brushed in for par here at 11. And pars are fine at this point with this tournament well in hand. And now we arrive at the 202-yard par 3 12. Best to work the ball right to left, landing as softly as possible on one of the firmest greens at Pebble Beach. That's going to be on the putting surface, and a birdie look straight ahead.
Lengthy putt here of 27 feet.
Oh boy, he had it right in the jaws and it just wouldn't get there. Okay, safely in for his par. And he'll remain well under par.
Frank, the 13th hole doesn't get as much fanfare as some of the more picturesque par fours here at Pebble Beach. Just curious, what do you think of this 13th hole?
I think it's a good hole, Rich, because it rewards you. You can certainly make three here. I remember when Tony Jacklin actually made an eagle here, but it's very easy to mess up, purely because they added those three bunkers in on the right side that start at 260 yards and finish at just over 290 yards. What that has done to this hole is actually shrunk the fairway to just 35 yards wide.
Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
We're looking at 123 yards to the flag. Pin tucked in the front left-hand portion of the green today.
A little short, little left, but inside 10 feet, so even I can't really criticize that.
This will move to his right for birdie. That's going to slide by to the left. Good work to get into that position, but couldn't finish it off. Okay, that one finished off for a par. And he'll be unable to take that score any further under par. He'll stay right where he is. We arrive now at the 582-yard par 5 14th. It is one of the hardest holes on the PGA Tour, year in, year out. This is a bear. That's up the left side. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Okay, that will work its way out to the fairway, but it's going to leave a fairly lengthy approach coming up.
Frank, it's just a short shot here, this third to the par 5 14th. What makes it so daunting?
Well, you look at the size of the green, Rich, and you would think it's a pretty big target, but then look closely. The flat area on the green, I've got to say, is really 4 yards by 4 yards. And that's it. If you go beyond that, you're in trouble. So you have to be so precise. And on top of that, you can't see the bottom of the flag. You're going a little bit uphill, so there's a little bit of doubt. It's tough shot.
The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. And this one was over a while ago. This is just a walk in the park now.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right. You can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there. And fortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's sort of four bunkers really down the left side, but really it's the pop bunker that has to be avoided.
And that, not what you're hoping for, especially after the birdie a minute ago, as this is into the bunker. Now this, an awkward distance for a bunker shot.
Three-two. That was a chunk without the run.
I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. We now begin one of the most beautiful stretches of finishing holes in all of golf, the march to the sea at Pebble Beach, starting with a 400-yard par 4 16th. Key here, carry the island bunker. Yeah, if you see shortish par 4s like this, it's a great time to bring out the irons, and that is going to work out well. Now a second from just under 180 yards. This one has a chance to be close.
Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
Now this for another birdie.
Tough to see any break in this, maybe slightly to the right, putting back up the hill, so got to keep up the speed.
Oh, yes, plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And this is no longer a contest, folks. This one is all over but the shout.
17th hole here at Pebble Beach, all about history and all about beauty. Frank, what's the best way to make that 3 and get onto that 18th tee?
Well, first of all, it depends where the flag is cut, on the right side or the left side, because really this green is like a figure 8 on a 45-degree angle. On the left side, it's a much longer carry, and you've got to really hit your tee shot properly to make the ball carry that bunker and stop in time. On the right side, you can see, you go with a shorter club and the target is bigger.
You won't see a better tee shot than that. This for birdie. Yes, and good playing here toward the end of the round. Birdies at 16 and 17. And this is turning into an absolute runaway at the top of the leaderboard. Well, here we are now at arguably the greatest finishing hole in golf. 536-yard par 5. Pacific Ocean, massive fairway bunker stretching more than 100 yards on the left, and cypress trees. Just a few of the things you need to contend with. Oh, this might be close. Oh, that is an uncharacteristic mistake in what has been a round full of precision. That ball offline, off the tee, and into the water. So the decision is to re-tee it. And now after the penalty, this will be his third shot. Okay, this one going to stay in the field of play, and even better than that, it's in the fairway. Good effort, but that'll run 2-3 feet past the hole. Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And fortunately, with a big lead already, very little damage done. Frank, you understand it. You've called golf along the shores of the Monterey Peninsula for a long time. It's one thing to win a tournament. It is another to do it right here at one of the really special places in the game.
Some say it's America's St. Andrews, but Pebble Beach, yeah, the list of champions too here is great. But, the scenery, it just matches that list of champions. What a great thing.
So, for Frank Nobilo, Toda Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour.